So let's look at customizing line symbols now. Size can also show volumes with lines. We can have what's called a proportional symbol, is where the symbol size is directly tied to the value. So in this case, these lines are proportionally sized to match the amount of oil flow coming out of regions at different decades in time. We can have what's called a graduated symbol, which shows a rank ordering of something, but not necessarily doing it absolutely tied to the proportional value that's actually there. So in this case, we could look at the size of, or the width of the line of different types of roads. And the bigger the lines, the more prominent they appear on the map, but they also mean that there's more flow or they're a larger road. And then you can have middle-sized roads like these yellow ones, and even smaller sized roads like the red. So in this case, we can look at how lines can be varied by form to show different types or differences on that line. In this case, we're looking at the Arizona-Mexico border, and this was one of my students in the Masters of Science in GIST program, and they looked at different tactical infrastructure that's used along the border to keep people out of the United States. So we can see that there's pedestrian barriers here. We get to the vehicle barriers. She'd call them also the Normandy style, the ones with the big X's. So that's why they're using X's here. And then a different type of varying size vehicle barriers. Line casing can be very useful in terms of making that pop-out effect on a map. Oops, let's go back. So with line casing, we're talking about how the blue here is being cased by a purple line on both sides. And you can see it over here too. And it really makes of that prominent feature. And then you can also see how the casing can tie in to other cased roads as well. Very unique feature that you'll be learning how to do in ArcGIS. With line casing, we have to decide, are we going to overlap or not overlap? And look at these two different examples. In this case, we have the red going on top of the cased pink line. And in this case, we have the green going underneath the red cased line. But in other places, like on this blue line, they aren't overlapping, they're interconnecting. So they're trying to show is, are the roads connected or are they not connected?